I'm the co-CEO, co-founder of OncoCoin, OncoCoin AG, and I'm a bachelor in computer science from IIT Bombay. I'm an MBA from IIM Bangalore, and been a serial entrepreneur all my life, I can say that. And here at OncoCoin AG, we are trying to revolutionize an ecosystem for healthcare stakeholders with patients at the heart of the solution. The idea is to give them a real-world data marketplace where the gains of licensing the data actually pass on to the patient. Right now, it doesn't happen. It's segregated in vaults and locked up. But I want that to be decentralized back to the patient. Okay, so OncoCoin has an access to 49 patent grants in AI, system design, blockchain, and product. And the idea is with an aggregation of billions and billions of data points spanning across websites, all the research papers you can find, all the trial registries, grants, and including patents, which we have access to legally, which are publicly also available across all the geographies. We try to build a knowledge graph. This knowledge graph has tremendous potential in terms of aggregating all of this knowledge from various sources, and these sources are unstructured data. It could be like a 50-pager research paper or a journal. Through also, this could be unstructured in the sense it could be images like patient records, and we can bring all of this under one big graph. This spans across trillions of data points with billions of web pages and all this information all together. With this, we did a launch of a cancer patient-facing app called Curia. We just scaled up to neurological disorders as well. We started with cancer first, and now we are also doing ADHD, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and multiple sclerosis. Soon we will also be launching apps on this ecosystem. We call it as Amrit ecosystem for other rare genetic disorders and also lifestyle hazards like lifestyle diseases like heart attack, diabetes, and much more. We're planning to launch a utility token, and apart from that, we want to leverage blockchain in realizing a DAO, a collective where patients and all the stakeholders in the healthcare industry come together to take this forward. Long after I am gone, this collective should still stay there for the benefit and the original intentions of how patients can be rewarded for their real world data. That's what we want to do. And that's where blockchain comes into play. The utility token is just a means of exchange on this whole ecosystem. It's a very good question, and thanks for asking that. Not just information asymmetry, there is a lot more to do when it comes to bringing the top-notch experts, the top-notch research from the Western world to countries which are deprived of this. And I come from India, and I would say there is a wealth lying there when it comes to patient data. And all of this data has a huge value there. So what we are trying to offer to the patients is where they can license this data, which is needed by pharma and CROs and universities and research and a lot many other stakeholders you can imagine in healthcare. And with that, we can give them some life-saving services. I talked about second opinion here. I talked about registering into clinical trial, helping them find out alternative treatments and also purchase them in case. So that's what we're trying to do. The ecosystem is completely based on blockchain, where we are trying to establish the ownership of this patient real-world data. And that being said, the patient has a right to license it for research projects or use it for finding the most appropriate trial that's happening nearby. This is a direct impact when it comes to people from geographies we don't have access to them. And we are in touch with multiple stakeholders. We are now working with some of the top hospitals, both in US, Europe. We're formalizing those deals. Then we also have a network of CROs and pharma that we have built up over the last few years. And given this and of course, the big graph that I told about, it kind of like brings the world together. Historically, research and patients have been separated, and this is all because of the trust. A patient thinks, well, what is this research organization going to do with my data? Can I share it safely, anonymously? And on the other hand, the research organizations are dying for this data because drug discovery as such has taken decades now, and there is no cure, to be honest, for deadly diseases like cancer, Parkinson, Alzheimer, and multiple sclerosis and things like that. That's what we want to bridge. This chicken and egg problem can now be solved thanks to blockchain. Recent few years, the Indo-German startup space has picked up a really amazing pace. Lot many startups are coming up when it comes to AI and healthcare married together, even blockchain and healthcare married together. This is in fact very encouraging that people are looking at it nowadays as a solution they need to offer. Long time, but finally it is here. And I think I see that this is only going to take off more and more in the coming years, especially when it comes to digital therapeutics or providing, care planning or preventive care. A lot of the stakeholders are combining together joining hands, and to solve problems that are related to therapy, adherence of treatment, monitoring and tracking symptoms, disease-related adverse events, and not just this. A lot more startups are coming up now to, help both the research and also the patients join hands so that drug discovery can be speeded up. And I think both the worlds, be it Indo-German or the tech and Asian population together, is benefiting from the collaborations that are happening. As an entrepreneur myself, I have failed a lot. Resilience is the key. Every innovation stands on top of hundreds of failed experiments. This is the story of research historically, since centuries ago. Okay? To never give up is one way. Also to adapt super quickly. I would say to adapt to the changes that are happening in the industry currently will take them forward. 2 things, never give up. 3 things, keep a watch of what is happening around you. Find the best team of people who align with your vision, and be restless.